What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to look at some crypto charts. We're going to look at Nvidia, Amazon, and SPY. This is Mike, the tactical stock scalper. All right. It's been a bit since I looked at LTCN, and man, this chart is getting ugly. Let's start here. Well, what you see here is a series of lower highs, right? That high is lower than the other high. This high here, lower than that high. And what else are we seeing? We're seeing lower lows, right? So we can see this right here. Lower, lower, and now another lower low here. The problem that LTCN is having right now, at least as far as the chart goes, is this purple line, which is a 200 period moving average, right here at the $20 mark. It is having a heck of a time getting across it and staying across it. Now, LTCN obviously respects EMAs, as you can see. We've had a bounce off the 50 there. It's had a bounce off the 100 period moving average there. Tried to get support here off the 100, failed, and has come down since then. Again, try to get support there off the 200, failed again. So this chart is very similar to Tesla, as a matter of fact, with just the combination of lower highs and lower lows. So if you were trading this or holding this, I would look for a rise up at some point here to make another lower high. Maybe right around in here would be a good guesstimate, I guess. So if we were to break out of this level, get back above the 200 period moving average that you see here on a daily time frame, I would expect it to make another lower high. And I don't know the future of these things, but this chart is really ugly. So I feel bad for people that have bought. Let me remove some of these drawings here. This is a really popular stock here not too long ago, and I've heard YouTubers talk about it, and they were really excited and talking about buying up here. And then as we had this rise up here, they got super excited again, and we're talking about buying up here. And now all it did was create a lower high. There was nothing to get excited about on that second run, and now this thing is just falling off. It is coming down to a level, though, of major support here at the $15 level. So I would say a buy zone here. If you were to look for a buy zone, it would be here between 20 and the $15 mark. I would think if you were to get long on this, not financial advice, of course, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing looking at the chart, this would be your next buy zone if you were to get in it. And if it breaks 15, this thing is definitely headed down to 10. No issues there. So if you were to go long here, I think your risk reward, your stop loss would be under the $15 mark, and you'd be looking for just a quick bump up there to the $25 mark and then get out. That would kind of be the way I personally would trade this. Okay, let's go look at Coin. Coin is faring a little bit better here, as you see, but it's still the same type of deal. We're starting to make lower highs, albeit not as dramatic as LTCN, right? So we have a high here, right? That's lower than a high there. We have a low here. So we're waiting on Coin to make another lower low. However, it also respects EMAs to a degree. It doesn't respect EMAs as well as LTCN. So it's hard to use EMAs totally on this. but it's trying to hold this 100 period moving average that you see there in red. I would expect this thing to come down, break below 200, and form another lower low, as we see here. So we have this trend line. Right here. Draw another one. Lower low. Lower low. Something like this, right? This isn't to the penny, just to kind of give you an eyeball as we're in this channel. I would look for it to come down close to the bottom of this channel and then maybe get a bounce from that area and form another lower high. So yeah, crypto stuff looking rather weak here in the short term. Let's go look in a video. My baby girl here in the video talked about this today in my Discord. If it held the 20 period moving average that you see here in white, we could expect possibly a bounce tomorrow. It did not hold this level. If it closes again tomorrow below the 20 period moving average or the $120 mark, we can expect this to go down to this next EMA that you see here in green. We can expect it to come down there, and which ironically is the gap fill right here. So draw this right there. See this gap right here? Right, it could come back down to this gap, although the gap has been filled right there. So we'll have to see how that works. There's also a big gap here. Let me show you, which has not been filled on the video. Right there, so that is also a possibility. But again, we'll have to wait. She could creep right back up tomorrow, get above the 20 period moving average, and this down day could be moot, could be irrelevant. We'll just have to see how this works. But again, if she closes below the 20 period moving average tomorrow that you see there in white, I would expect further downside from Nvidia going down there to the green EMA that you see right there. Let's go look at Amazon. Amazon's been really interesting. I also want to look at SPY. Oh, I accidentally clicked on Tesla. Here's Tesla doing a lot of nothing, right? There's nothing to get excited about on Tesla until it gets above the $200 level. So that's why I haven't even talked about Tesla recently. There's nothing to get excited about here. Okay, Amazon. A lot of people in Amazon, a lot of people in the AMZ army. And yeah, I mean, just as expected. Again, I talked about this in my Discord server, posted a picture a couple days ago that we expected resistance and a sell-off from this 190 level. Let's go back in history and let me show you why. Every time Amazon has gotten to the 190 level, it has sold off every single time. Now, I will say this is setting up a little bit different. Look at all of this right here, right? All of this accumulation right there. It's just kind of consolidating in this area. Look how that looks different than the two peaks that you see over here. Right? It just ripped up there, got denied, ripped up again, got denied, and fell the heck off. Now over here, we are consolidating, but until it breaks 190, right, there's really nothing to get excited about. I mean, breaking above like we did right there at the 191, it just didn't hold above it. It broke above it, got a little wick, which oftentimes happens, got people excited going long, and then faked you out. So we're going to see what happens here with Amazon. I'm still, we sold off from 190. I'm expecting to come back down to the EMAs like it always does. Look how beautiful Amazon is and how you can use the EMAs to really work it. Look how much it respects them. Bounces off EMAs repeatedly, right there. Look at all the times off the 20, right? The white line that you see there. How much Amazon really respects EMAs. We've gotten bounces off EMAs here. To not use EMAs when a stock has shown you through history that it uses them is kind of foolish in my mind. I would definitely have these EMAs up on your chart. That way it gives you a better indication of what's happening with it. So selling off of 190, expecting it to come back down to another EMA. I will say this. Look at this. Let's clear these lines, okay? Let's remove some of these. I got something else I want to show you here, which is bullish. So this should kind of get you excited. Looks like we're forming possibly. Let me show you this. We have a low here, which is what? Higher than this low here. Right? If we form another low, let's say we form another low right in this area somewhere here. Right? Then we'd have 3 higher lows in a row, and then I'd be pretty bullish on it, expecting it to finally break above that 190 level. We'll just have to see what happens here with Amazon. Let's go look at SPY. We were expecting SPY to get rejected at the 550 level. Again, I put this in my Discord server when we reached 550, that we expected some kind of pullback here. And as you see, we have been getting it. I still expect SPY to come down to this 20-period moving average that you see here in white. Let me remove this big arrow. SPY loves to gravitate, and the SPX is the same, love to gravitate back towards the 20. And again, EMAs, people who say EMAs don't work obviously have no idea what they're talking about. Look how SPY respects EMAs. Let me show you something else. Let's go out here to a weekly time frame. SPY obviously respects EMAs through history. Yes, sometimes it breaks through them, but oftentimes it uses EMAs as support and comes back to it. Now, if we come down to this weekly 20, which is definitely possible. You see it during this last corrective measure right here. We came down to the 20-period moving average. We touched it. We held it and rocketed up from there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it came down to the 20-period moving average on a weekly time frame, basically down to 520. That's, I don't know. That could or could not happen. I think this is a much more likely scenario that we come down to the 20-period moving average on a daily time frame and kind of see what happens there. I am a buyer on all these dips personally until SPY, the SPX, shows me that it is not in a bullish phase, which it's been for a long time. In order for me to not buy on the dip, it would have to break this purple line here, the 200-period moving average on the daily time frame. Until then, I am buying at every EMA. That's just me, because we're in a massive bull run, and when you have these bull runs, every dip I buy, and it's proved to work out extremely well this past year and a half. I hope you enjoyed the content. This is Mike, the tactical, baby, the surgical stock scalper.